Well, I've got to tell you, I am so pumped about our next session. This session has been in the making for 10 months. 10 months ago, we were here at our Christmas Everywoman, and we announced this program called She Said Yes. Do you girls remember that? Well, we've had 8 girls that have been working so hard for the last 10 months. They said yes. They said yes to their life, to their health. They said yes to God. And we're going to hear all about their journey tonight. Are you ready for that? Jessica Dudley, come on up. Jessica Dudley has this in her heart. She carries this with her. Amazing, Jess. You're amazing. Tell us all about it.
Good evening, Everywoman. You all look so trendy in your t-shirts. Are you all well? Awesome. So I'm going to tell you a story, because our story is one of the most important things all of us will ever carry. In the Bible, we call it our testimony. 3 years ago, my story found me in a really bad place. I was barely present, and if I came to the Everywoman conference, I came in slipping in that door, sitting back there, and immediately slipping back out. Because I had gained so much weight, and I felt so bad about myself. Full of shame, I'd lost hope, so I was trying to hide in plain sight. And I was barely surviving. I took the hand of my cousin who said, let's diet together. And that was the key. So that's the next line in my story. I didn't go alone, because alone I would never get a diet past Tuesday at noon. You know what I mean? We start on Monday. All diets start on Monday. We shop on Sunday. We cut up vegetables. We cut up fruit. We cut up meat on Sunday. And by Tuesday, we have aborted the plan. One of my favorite things to say is if it was that, if we could all do it, we'd all be skinny, if we could do it alone. So the second piece of my story is I took the hands of someone who I desperately didn't want to let down. And I could do it for her because I couldn't do it for myself. 10 months later, I was 85 pounds down. And I was getting hungry for purpose. You see, about then I started to pray. And I prayed for help, because I had been given a gift to really stay focused and dialed in and work really hard and see that weight come off. And I knew it was a gift. So I prayed for a strategy from God. I needed a strategy from God so that I could keep that weight off and not go back to the shame. And God told me to help others. And I told him no. Are you crazy? People with food, that's crazy. Get between people and their stuff. God told me to help others. And then he told me, help them find their food. I was like, what's that, right? Find your food? Everyone knows where the food is, right? But he said, look what happened. You changed your food. You got rid of controlling foods. You got rid of foods that were causing problems. And you went to whole, cleaner foods. And it worked. Look down. That's your food. I was like, that's my food? So I found my food. I can help you find your food better than I can get you to eat what I eat. So everything started to click. Help others, help them find their food. That's what I did, right? But my story isn't that I lost 85 pounds. The core of my story is I said yes to God. I said yes. I'm more proud of the yes than I am of the weight loss. I am so proud of the yes. Because overeating and obesity cause shame, and shame isolates and separates us. And we tend to just go ahead and disqualify ourselves before anyone else can beat us to the punch. So my hunger was back. I said yes. And I have to tell you that as I prepared this message, it became incredibly apparent. Because what I do today out in the world, helping people find their food, I learned to do in this church. I am taking the church out. So this is how it goes. Pastor Jeff, thank you. Pastor Sonny, thank you. Thank you, C3 Atlanta. You taught me how to connect with God and others. Thank you that you taught me how to go to a connect group and participate and support and love others. I learned how to follow the vision of a house right here. I found out how to help carry the vision of another right here. And you see, God taught me that there is a hope and there is a future. There is a plan and there is a purpose. And if He has that for me, He has that for you. If He has it for me, He has it for you. But remember that shame from that overeating and that obesity, it isolates us. It separates us. And then we hand back that gift. So God told me last summer, or the summer before, I'm really not sure right now because I'm standing up here in front of all of you. What about my women in the church? And I was like, Lord, they're your women. Here we are, back to that whole help them, and they're your women. What about my women who've disqualified themselves? They've picked food over their faith. What about them? Well, Lord, I don't see any church lining up to invite me in. What about my women? It just went on and on. It wouldn't let up. And one day, Pastor Sonny walked in the gym. Hi, Jess. Oh, Father. She had something on her heart. She wanted me to work with her. We've got to help some women. We had a couple dialogues and we came back and we came up with a plan, and then she let me call it. She said yes. We put out some applications and we went through a process of prayer and working it through until we found 8 candidates, 8 women. And in January of this year, they all met upstairs, scared to death. And they have walked for 10 months. And they are women now today of community, and they are women of success. They are all on the journey, and not everybody arrives in 1 year. There's so many things that happened to me in year 2, and there's so many things that are happening to me in year 3. So we're on our way. Yes is on its way. Now, we have a lot to tell you in the next few minutes, but this would not have happened without Natalie Merritt, who was my yin to the yang. And I promise you, she is the nuts and the bolts, she is the muscle, and I am the flighty, floaty, whispering vision girl. And she has the wonderful honor tonight of introducing you to our Yes Girls.
Thank you so much, Jess. It has been an honor to work with you and these women. It has been an honor to partner with C3 Fitness and C3 Nutrition and C3 Church. So thank you. Thank you. And I do have the honor of introducing these 8 wonderful women. Natalie Ruiz.
Hello, ladies. My name is Natalie Ruiz, and I have lost 62 pounds and counting. I am a single mother who went into deep depression. I lost confidence in myself, and I wanted to give up on everything. Through C3 Church and my Yes Sisters beside me, I have learned to love myself again. And I would not have made it this far without them. If I can do it, you can do it too.
Charlotte Perez.
Hi, I'm Charlotte Perez, and I've lost 30 pounds. And I'm feeling great because I said yes, and if I can do it, you can too.
Jill Brenneman.
I'm Jill Brenneman, and I've lost 67 pounds. 3 years ago, this church loved and prayed me through breast cancer. At that time, I was told that I could not have reconstructive surgery because I was too overweight. 8 months with Jess and Natalie and these girls, I hit my goal and I had my first surgery. In 3 weeks, I will complete my reconstruction, and I will be on to my next goal. If I can do it, you can do it too.
Jody Holt.
Hello, I'm Jody. I have lost 62 pounds. But this journey for me has been more than just weight loss that I've lost. I've lost medications. I've lost self-doubt. I've lost doctor visits. But along the way, I've gained so much. I've gained self-confidence, self-respect, willpower, and above everything else, I found myself again. If I can do it, you can do it too.
Roma Lott.
Hello, church. My name is Roma Lott. I've lost 41 pounds. In my journey, I've lost pain, I've lost inflammation, I've gained control over my food, I've gained lifelong friends. If I can do it, you can do it too.
Come on up, Sarah Palmer.
My name is Sarah, and I've lost 75 pounds. And I am still going towards a much happier and healthier lifestyle. Not only did I gain some amazing friends, but She Said Yes saved me in my health. My faith and my community carried me through the last 10 months, which have changed my life. And if I can do it, anyone can do it.
Up next, Maria Roman.
Hello, ladies. My name is Maria Roman. I have lost 38 pounds. But what I have found is I walk in God's grace. I have health, healing, a community of sisters. And you know what? If I can do it, you can do it too.
The last introduction is Jo Belair. She is going to take just a few minutes to share a little bit about her journey.
I'm Jo Belair. I've lost 50 pounds, and I said yes to finding my food and discovering my faith. If I can do it, so can you. Yeah. I am here today because someone invited me to church. My friend Jen Leo invited me many times, and I have finally agreed to come to an Everywoman conference, and my church life began a few months later. I am Canadian. I lived there my whole life up until 4 years ago when my husband and I decided to move to Atlanta with our 2 young kids. At the time, I called it a leap of faith, but I didn't even know what faith was. It was just an expression I used when I was about to do something huge and scary. I didn't know faith because I didn't grow up in church. I did not know God, and in retrospect, I was kind of just living life, going through the motions. I recall when I was dating my husband, and he asked me what my dreams were. I remember looking at him and saying, "That's what Americans do." I didn't have any dreams. I also remember how sad that sounded. Little did I know that in a few short years, Atlanta and C3 were going to teach me tons about faith and dreams. So we started attending church regularly, we started serving, and really started to get involved. But the whole time, although my new church life was going really well, my health wasn't. I had some fairly serious health issues and ultimately ended up at the highest weight I have ever been. And again, although I was involved, I never quite felt like myself. I had this negative shame about myself that I couldn't shake. I always felt like I was meeting people here at church, but they weren't really meeting the true me. Then the December 1st, 2016 Everywoman conference happened. It was at that conference that Pastor Sonny and Jess made an announcement that church would be having a 10-month makeover. Wow, this was an answer to a prayer I'm not even sure I was even praying. I knew I needed help, I knew I needed something, but I didn't think it would come from a church. But it did. I was selected and the journey began. It was nothing like I expected. I thought this was going to be about food and workouts, sweat and tears. But I was wrong. From early on, my 7 fellow Say Yes sisters were often referring to God and the grace that they were given to be here. I didn't know what it meant or where God truly was in my life at that moment. It was a new relationship. However, over the next few months, I learned why these women were using God to help them through the process. I remember being in my closet one night after a very trying day and thinking, if everyone else is using God, then I should be too. And it was that day that I first reached out to him for help on this journey. I literally asked God to help me stay away from M&Ms and help me stay focused on what Jess had asked us to do. I'm not sure if it was from that point on, but my pleas for help from God continued thereafter, and I developed a trust and faith in him that I now truly understood, and I knew that this time it would be different, and that's exactly what it has been. This journey has been very different than I expected, just as my life here in Atlanta has been different than I expected, all thanks to C3. Through my 10-month journey, I have often reread my application to keep me on track and to remind me of where I started, and I want to share with you guys what I wrote on that application. It said the following: I want to be able to say the following at the Everywoman conference in October 2017. I want to say I'm strong, I am proud, I am beautiful, I am healthy, and I am a mom that loves her body and means it. I feel guilty when I tell my daughter to love herself and her body. I want to practice what I preach. I want to say all these things again and mean them. And here I stand on October 19, 2017.
Strong, I am proud, I am healthy, I am beautiful. And I love my body inside and out and mean it wholeheartedly. I would love for you to be able to share those words here next year too. I am dreaming and living in faith finally.
Every woman, I present to you the She Said Yes group. You see them here, but this is where they were. Now the big news, collectively, they have lost, as of today, 420 pounds.
Wow. There went the makeup. Girls, I'm so proud. The whole church is so proud. Thank you for being an example to everyone else here in this place and showing us that we can say yes and actually go deeper in the things of God by taking care of our health. Hey girls, I want you to know this. We're going to do this again. You can get an application out in the lobby right after the service tonight, and you can fill that out. We'll have them again at the December Everywoman, and then we're starting again in January. That will be day 1. So if this spoke to your heart tonight, if something's pulling on you, I want to encourage you, go out to the lobby after church, get an application, talk to Jess, talk to Natalie. All the girls will be out there. Go out, high five them, give them big hugs, ask them questions, and maybe you can be standing up here next time, because God has big things, not just for these girls, but for you guys too. And the other super exciting thing is that not only did these girls say yes to their health, but they said yes to the next step that God has for their lives. We have 2 She Said Yes Connect groups starting in January. 2 Connect groups starting. So if that's something that you're interested in, girls, will you just step up, the ones that are having the Connect groups? So awesome. Yeah, so awesome. Well, thank you, girls. Fantastic. Give them a big hand as they go to sit down.